of the business of Zara, and in this part we're going to be talking about the business model, the trend cycles, the supply chain, the production, global domination, world takeover. How does Zara do it? What's the formula? What's the secret formula? What's the Krabby Patty formula? No, for real, because there's a lot of strategy involved. You just enter the store, you don't understand like things people are calculating over here. Data is being processed, passed in the air. You don't know. You're just there to pick up a shirt, a little crop top, a little sweater, right? But on the behind the scenes, there's a lot more going on. So let's get into the business model as well as the supply chain of part 2. When Amancio founded Zara, and even in the text, I don't think he was trying to compete. He was trying to redefine the system. He was trying to do something different at the time, because in 75, 85, even when he found in the text, I don't think they were doing it quite like it. Fast fashion in that way, I don't think so. How can I get that thing to them before anyone else does? It's not just about clothes. You need a comparative advantage. You need advantage. You need an edge over. It's not just to come and produce another brand. We already have clothes, okay? I have clothes. What's gonna make yours different? And at the time, it was speed for Zara. They reinvented the supply chain norms. They basically just like reinvented this. Today it sounds normal, but back then in like 85, 95, like insane. They reinvented the supply chain systems or norms that they had seen at the time. They prioritized speed and delivery systems, speed, flexibility, delivery systems. They cut out the noise. No fancy advertisements outside their website itself. No big creative directors. No ego. You don't even know who represents Zara. If I were to ask you who is the owner of Zara, you couldn't even tell me until you clicked this video. And I don't know. And I've been shopping Zara for like almost 20 years. So like, hey, they are clearly doing something right. They're doing something right, something that works. If you don't have to see the owner and like you're buying the store, they don't even. How many times have you seen a Zara advertisement on your TV? How many times? Like they don't play with you, bro. They don't play with you little kids. It's a big owner. So what did they do? How did they do it? Ortega decides, I'm gonna produce faster, I'm gonna stay ahead of trends, I'm gonna make this brand feel aspirational but accessible. This ain't Chanel. By keeping production close to home in Spain, Portugal, Morocco, kind of like near each other, near the same continent, Europe, a little Europe, a little Africa, top of Africa right there, they have been able to pull off what other brands could not do. Fast production cycle in 15 days. That is 2 weeks. They can make a clothing item and design, make it, get it to you in 2 weeks. What? You can make, design, produce, ship, and get it to me in 2 weeks? I mean, it's normal to hear now, but back then, oh, what? Like, that's insanity. Meanwhile, some retailers are using 6 months. No, most brands, a lot of brands, 6 months before they produce and design. They're usually working on a 6-month cycle. That's why you hear fall, winter, spring. They work in 4 months, 6 month cycles. Zara said, hold my polyester. The secret sauce really is about the business model, is the relevance and the responsiveness, and this is why the girls love Zara. This is the secret sauce. Quick, from design, from runway to your hand in 2 weeks. You've not heard of it before, Zara. I'm telling you, you hadn't. We had not. Okay, so how did they now master this supply chain? I'm gonna give you 3 steps, okay? Follow with me. Number 1, small batches, no repeat. Okay, now back in the early 2010s, we used to all shop in the same clothing, but it's harder to do now because there's just so much Zara. People have old Zara, no Zara, medium Zara. Child, we all have Zara, right? So small batches, no repeats. Design to shelf, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer, but they really can't do it in 2 weeks. And then centralized production. That means full control. Like they might have like other like factories and things that they work with, but Zara has so much money, they just rather buy the whole production like supplier. You know what I mean? They just rather own you. You know what I mean? Because it's easier. There's not too much talking. Like I can talk to the supplier right there. I just have to design, supply it right now. Shipping right here. Okay, you ship. Do you understand? It's in the same roof, so you don't have to be emailing CC, loop it back. So with the small batches, they do not play that over production game. If you see it in store, if you don't buy it, This has happened to me so many times. If you don't buy it, it's not gonna be there next week. If something is working in Zara, they will tweak it a little bit. You might see this dress, and if it sells out, they might next week it might come with no bows or one instead of, like, they'll tweak it a little bit. It's hard that you see the same design over. Now, it was one sandal I bought last year and I saw it again this year, and I was like, people must really love it, and it looks like almost identical. But that's like very, very rare. If it's gone, it's gone. Like, it's crazy, because like Shein will do whatever, they could produce the same thing 20 million times. Don't give a damn. Zara wants you to feel exclusive. They want you to feel luxe, in a sense. In a sense, we're gonna get to that. And that level of like scarcity, it's going to keep the cost low and the urgency high, right? Because it's small batches. We don't have to produce 2 million and then now be wondering how we're gonna sell the rest. No, they don't produce too many, not massive quantities. They are launching smaller batches and they are watching how you react to it. They get the data. They are very huge on data. If something sells fast, they will quickly manufacture more. They will make variations, and they will do that very, very fast, right? So they don't have warehouses that are sitting with like stock and old stock, you know. Clean, hot, fresh drops. The drops be hot, fresh, quick, right to you, before you can even think it's in your door. They don't even want you to think so far. It's thinking that slows money. It's quick, and then designed to shelf 2 to 4 weeks. They want to keep that new drop energy very real. New drop every week. When you're checking the website, hitting that refresh every week, they want you to have something new, some new designs that you can. Because if you're bored seeing the same styles, are you gonna buy? If I already bought this last week, am I gonna buy the same thing again? No, it's fast, it's cheap, I'll buy a second one. And they don't want the trends to sit down and sit there. They are pulling data, they are analyzing the store's feedback in real time. Every time you're shopping, you're communicating with the sales associates. They are actually each and every single day, at the end of the day, they actually send an email of like what's popping, what's not, what customers are complaining about. They send an email to their head office every single day, all of the Zara locations. So imagine if somebody's complaining about the same thing in every single store, they can quickly attack the situation. Or if somebody's asking about, oh, where's this pink shirt from, or we want a pink shirt, and 5 locations, they're gonna be on it tonight. The designer has already drawn it tonight. With this kind of reactive just-in-time model, it's not, they're not thinking 6 months ahead. It's, baby, I said I'm getting it to you, you're gonna have it in 2 weeks. Number 3, centralized production, meaning full control. Oh my god. As I said, most of their production is happening in Spain, in Morocco, in Portugal. They are near to each other, okay? Sometimes this, again, as you can imagine, this costs more as opposed to like outsourcing from like Asia, but like the payoff that they're getting is speed and flexibility. I can't explain to you what speed and flexibility can do for a business. Customers don't want to wait around and hear what you talking about in 6 months. It's like, girl, I don't even know what 6 months ago, I don't even know what I wanted yesterday, something like 6 months ago. Everything that passes through their distribution hub in Spain, it gets sorted, it gets tagged, quality checked, and shipped out twice a week. They mentioned that they also even have RFID. This is a radio frequency identification tag. It's kind of like GPS for clothing, so they can track all of their items, track their clothing in real time in the store, use that for inventory management. That is great. Just logistics, all around logistics. This technology can be used to restock efficiently. You don't have to be talking too much. If the system can see that it's low, they can restock, you know, quickly. Again, remember, they've already produced quite a bit, but they can restock as needed. They can prevent theft easier. And I don't know about that. I would like to speak to somebody on this, how this works for loss prevention, because people still gonna do what they're gonna do. So I really want to know if that really works. I think that this kind of RFID technology is great for forecasting trends in real time, stock management in real time. Things are selling up quick. Then, oh, this is trending. Oh, okay, they like that kind of zip or this or that or kind of dress. Okay, let's make it. You get me? Let's just tweak it, and you get me? Like, we can follow you like that. All those like drop dresses, low waist dresses. Okay, the girl like that one. Let's make it 20 of it in all the popping colors, in all the short, long, mini. You know what I mean? Like, you can now use that actionable information, data. This is where qualitative, or is it quantitative information becomes qualitative information, for example. Now, let's zoom in on that business model really quickly. The model that is really working for Zara is that they use scarcity as a real tool at Zara, as well as the design culture at Zara is very important, and how they adapt to this is the myth of Zara. Stores that are working overtime. This store is more than just a retail space. They are like data centers. As I said, they are the sales associates. You might not notice, but the sales associates, the managers, they always capturing that. They have that email to. I've worked in retail before, and we've had to send like all those daily emails as well. I'm pretty sure, like not Zara, but like clearly this is a huge thing for Zara, right? The stores associates, again, they're sending reports, what's selling, what's being tried on and not being bought. So important. What are people trying but they're not buying? What are the customers asking for, right? Again, this information is going to their headquarters in Artexio, Spain, where the designers, merchandise and production teams are all in the same building. I just told you that they're all in the same building. They're going to discuss, oh, okay, this was working, this was not okay, why are they trying this on? Is there an error? Do we need to talk to our producers, or do we need to recall? Maybe in-house, streamline, ego-free, you know, it's data-led. We don't want to know about what you feel and what you, I mean, we like what you feel and what you think. Data is usually less subjective of your emotions and more accurate of what's going on in real life. There's no need to wait for approval from the director, creative director. It's like, if it works, if I'm sure they have like checklists of like things they'll, you know, need to go through and things like that. But if the data says that crop tops are moving, they are going to make 5 versions of that crop top. Do you understand? They need God, I hope you guys are getting it. Yeah. Obviously they have like people that work there, you know, quality, things like that, but like it's not like other brands. Like Gap has a creative director. Is it Zach Posen? There's no creative director for Zara. Now they have designers, but there's no one big, you know, head honcho. And again, another model that works for them: drop everything. If it's hot, we are dropping it. The windows are constantly being refreshed. Their merchandisers be working overtime. I looked online and it says that they're shoppers that go into the store twice a week. Twice a week. If you're going to the store twice a week, that's like 100 times a year. Do you know what that means for a business? They're capitalizing on all of that twice a week. That's, oh, we need to refresh the store, we need to keep the store updated. All of this information is building that data, that Zara, the Zara that we're seeing today. You know, as I mentioned, they don't really run traditional ads, but they invest in real prime real estate. If you notice, Zara locations are always in very interesting locations. If it's not in the mall, if it's in the mall, they're not just located behind anybody and they just say, you know, they're located nicely. The store looks beautiful. They try to sit near the luxe brands. I've even seen like Zara and Chanel like down the street. It's just like interesting, right? They want prime real estate. They want you to be shopping Chanel and look at Zara. Like they want to be giving luxury quality vibes. They want you to go in there, shop at your luxe stores, and then you come out and get this $59 dress. So the message becomes clear in that situation. Luxury, I don't know about quality. We're going to talk about quality under the challenges. And fast fashion speed. That's what they were prioritizing. That's what they are still prioritizing, honestly. And then another model that they really use is scarcity. Like scarcity is part of Zara's strategy. It is what it is. They don't want you to wait for sales. They have trained us to never really wait for sales. Now, I still wait for them. I'm waiting for the one that's coming. We're in June now. I think there's one coming in the middle of July. It's twice a year. I think it's November and is it July? Something like that. It's not just sale. You cannot just see sale. Now they did in recent times add a little tab called special prices. It's not really sales because they don't want you to get used to that sales, like low quality, cheap sale for about 21 sale. No. It's giving like special price. It's the psychology of it all. It matches with that luxe, not cheap, accessible, affordable, but like luxe vibes. Quality, up to you. For most of the year, you are actually paying full price. Which brand does not want you to pay full price? Every brand's dream is for you to pay full price and clear the inventory. And that is what Zara is trying to do. They want as little sales as possible because they want you to pay full price for most of the items. Why? Because then they get to retain most of their profits. They don't have to share the profits with sales. The profit is going to Zara's bank in the text. Like I don't know who banked that. It's going to the head. Another part of their culture is data. Zara and data. As I mentioned, they don't really have one creative director because that creative director is you. The customers. You are the creative director. You're designing the store, you just don't know it. You just don't know it. They still have designers. Remember that they still have designers. They might not have a creative director, but they still have designers. And from what I read online, it seems like they have over 300 designers from all around the world. I imagine that the process is fast, very collaborative. Again, it's not one honcho in there, right? I imagine it's fast, collaborative, and again, based on data, actual data and observation. Not just ego trips, vision boards. That you just feeling it, right? It's like, okay, well, you're feeling it. Is it gonna sell? Like we could feel things. Is it gonna sell? I don't know. They actually monitor fashion around the world, from nightclubs in Tokyo, university campuses in Toronto. They will check. Apparently, they're always paying attention. They are recreating trends before they actually go, like as they are going viral, before they go viral, they're on top of it. This is how you end up with a blazer inspired by Fashion Week. So it is in your house in 2 weeks. Fashion Week is going on, but it's in your house in 2 weeks, right? Because you're paying attention. The data is hitting them and they're producing. If the data matches up, makes sense, they are producing that right. They're dropping it quickly. Another part of their model is that they adapt globally. Different climates all over the world. And now again, they ship like worldwide pretty much. I don't know about Africa. There's a lot of like, there weren't that many stores in Africa, I will say that. I don't even know if there's any. They might have like people that they distribute through, but I didn't see that many stores, like actual full-on Zara stores in Africa. I didn't see that many. I was trying to go, but let me know if you guys have stores in Africa, if they ship to you guys specifically. I don't know. Yeah, as I said, they adapt globally. So they have obviously we have different climates in the world, different cultures, different fits. They will match. If winter is happening here in Canada, they will match the winter vibes. But it could be somewhere elsewhere. It could be somewhere in Australia, and they got it over there, or in Spain, or whatever it is, right? So they'll sell me winter sweater stuff, but they'll go to areas where it's more conservative. They'll sell them like more modest items. If it's bikini season over there, they'll do that, right? They will match your vibe. So more money. Like if I'm willing to match the vibes of everybody, I will sell to everybody in that situation. So that means more money, more revenue, more money. You're thinking locally, but you have that global energy. Why does this business model work really? Again, higher prices, they retain their prices. Fewer markdowns, that means they have stronger profit margins. They get to keep their full prices for the most part. They have low inventory, lower waste. They are not keeping 20 different warehouses just to store stuff that they will never sell. No clearance sales, racks hanging there. Now you might find the occasional but it's not like prominent the way it is with other brands. You have things dropping weekly. Obviously you have more customer engagement. People are going to come here, shop, right? You have loyal shoppers. They feel like they can come here and they will definitely meet some new styles today. And there's less risk because you're not just guesstimating what is in, you're actually using data. That's that big brand energy, right? They're not okay, maybe they are everywhere, but it gives like luxe, classy, everywhere kind of vibe, right? Not just like we're just everywhere on sale every time. It's not. This is where they set apart from like H&M, Forever 21. Like this is where they're like a little bit seen as or viewed as a bit of a higher brand, even if their prices, actually H&M is still lower pricing, but yeah, but that is why they are relevant. That is why they are fast. That is why they are responsive, because they are always watching. They're always watching.